Today we are reviewing Son Goku Daima, however you say it. I know they got an anime going on. They're about like 20-ish episodes in, possibly. So this figure came out alongside with the anime, and I know they got other figures coming. Like, I'm pretty sure they have like the adult version of Goku coming, and they got like an adult version of Vegeta as well. So yeah, I don't know why they didn't release the adult versions alongside with the small people, but you know, I digress. Here we are. Here is some of the artwork here, and of course writing in a different language. I can't speak it, but to each his own. If you guys can read it. Here's some of the different actions or poses that the figure can do. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little intimidated because if you guys have seen some of my other videos, I'm a little heavy-handed, so we're just gonna see how long this figure survives my hands. This is actually my first time opening this figure too, so quite new. Actually, I'm gonna show you guys all the goodness right here. We got the different hands, fighting hands, those martial arts hands, those are grabbing hands, his different faces. He's got like a little angry look to the side face, his yelling face, and stern face, and he's got his little happy Goku face. I'm Goku! And I think that's a skirt piece that you can interchange for like different poses. I guess it's supposed to mimic like he's like floating in the air or he's in the air fighting. And also it comes with the power pole, and I think that's a sheathed version of the power pole. I'm gonna see if you can take that out. First impressions, the guy is literally this big. The guy is small as heck. Like, let me get this out of his hand. Articulation is pretty nice, but he is small. Like, you could put him in your pocket. So, articulation wise, the figure, I think it's supposed to mimic the possibly 1.0, maybe. I don't know if this is like a specific gen to this size of a figure, but his articulation is pretty much the same. The angle of this fist, it just reminds me of Roblox for some reason. Just when you look at it this way, it just reminds me of Roblox, but I digress. Head articulation, he does a 360. He looks down this much, which, whoa, that is a surprise because SH Figuarts, they have a problem with their Dragon Ball figures looking up and down, so I am actually really glad, which probably makes sense because look at his neck. His neck is pretty long. It looks up this much, which is pretty good. That's pretty decent. But that looking down that's great. You can do a lot of different poses with that. And with the arm articulation, he has a joint right here, but it's kind of tight. I don't know if it's just my figure alone, but it does a 360, so that's at his shoulder. He has another joint or a hinge that does a 360, so his arm does a 360. He has a hinge at the bicep. He has an arm or wrist swivel, so he can, you know, bend his wrists however you please. He kicks back this much and kicks forward this much. He has a toe hinge. This toe hinge is pretty actually it's actually pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. These are actually, the articulation of this figure is really good. I think they actually stepped their game up with this figure. They actually did a really good job, which normally, I'm not gonna lie, it may seem like I like SH Figuarts, but they've kind of let me down a lot of figures. So I'm actually glad that they've probably listened to the community and they took the feedback and took time to readjust their figures and fix them, because I was getting tired of getting a new figure and it being kind of trash. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what it looks like with the power pole on. I'm not sure how this works. I was just gonna put it on just like that. I guess it works just like that. Oh, upside down. There we go. There we go. You guys probably hear my cat meowing in the background. She wants attention. But here's Goku with his power pole sheathed. And you can take the power pole out. There is a peg. It's pegged in. So if you guys want to take it out to make it look like, oh, the power pole's not in his sheath anymore, or in its sheath anymore, it's in his hand, there you go. You can, it's very dynamic, I'm gonna say that. I know I'm doing a lot of talking, but it's very dynamic. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what all the different faces on the body looks like, so you guys can get like an idea what he looks like and everything. So this is what he looks like with the mad face. Here's what he looks like with his yelling face. I actually kind of like the yelling face a lot. It gives the reminiscent to the old adult Goku, I should say, not the old Goku, but the adult Goku. I actually like adult Goku. And here's his last face. This is like his little angry face. It's like, give me a piece of candy. I want a piece of candy. Like, he doesn't really, he does not look intimidating at all. Like, I also want to figure out how do we put this skirt piece on? So I'm honestly, okay then. Let me, so you guys can see. I guess you just simply just pop this off and put this piece on. And his belt goes on like that. His belt just kind of goes on, and you just kind of gotta line it up, and I don't know if there's a snap. Your figure might snap. Mine definitely did a silent snap, if it snapped at all. So this is what it's looking like with the little floaty. I actually like this more. And this is what Goku is looking like with the windswept hair. So he has the normal hair, and then he has the windswept. Along with the windswept skirt, has the little extra piece that you can switch out, so you can do little fighting poses like, I'm gonna get you. But yes. And actually changing the pegs themselves aren't bad at all. Changing the faces and the hair isn't bad. It's not hard at all. And changing the pegs on the hands, despite everything being as small and miniature as it is, it's not hard at all to change these, which is great, because sometimes I really do feel like I'm gonna break my figure. So this one, it feels very buttery smooth. So honestly, if you guys can get your hands on this figure, I got this figure for 60 bucks. If you guys can find this figure, pick this figure up. This is something kind of unique, because we don't really have too many miniature figures besides what, Gohan, and that's it. Gohan and maybe one of the Ginyu 5 Force minions or whatever. That's it. That's all we got. So this is a really good collection, or an addition to your collection of minifigs of SH Figuarts Dragon Ball, because we don't really have too many small ones. And I know they have Vegeta out. I'm gonna get Vegeta, do a review on them for you guys, so stay tuned for that. But yes, if you guys do find this figure, I recommend I recommend you guys pick it up. But until then, you guys, peace out.